Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'll be sharing with you how to cut a cut together asymmetric basque gathered dress. So if this is something you like, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. So let's dive right into today's video. So to start, on my pattern paper I have marked out my basic measurements for this dress, which includes my shoulder to bust, under bust, waistline. Then I marked 7 inches to get my hip line. So after I'm done doing that, the next step I'm going to take is to mark my shoulder divided by 2. And I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Go ahead to place my ruler and I will draw a shoulder slope. And after I'm done marking this, I'll go ahead to find my chest line. And to find your chest line is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. So now if you're working for someone that is a bit on the bigger size, you're going to add 2 inches instead of 1.5. So I made a mark on that point and drew it out. Now I'll mark my shoulder divided by 2. After I'm done marking that, I'll place my ruler and draw a straight line. After I'm done drawing out the straight line, I'll go ahead to divide what I have here into 2 by folding my tape mark, and I'll come out by ½ inch. At this point, I'll go ahead to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. Now I'll connect to the lower part and extend this all the way up. After I'm done marking this, I'll go ahead to start inserting my measurement because there's no dart on this pattern. It's a cut together dress actually. So I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch. Mark my under bust circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch. So for this pattern, you can just go ahead to use a facing or hemming gun to turn, unless you want to turn with your lining. So my under bust and my waist is the same measurement. Now going down to my hip, I marked my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 40 divided by 4. I have 10, and I added 1 inch for my sewing allowance. So after that, what I have on the hip, I'll take it all the way to the lower part of this pattern. Now I'll go ahead to place my ruler and I'll connect this all the way down. So from the waist, I'll connect to the hip point, and from the hip point, I'll take it straight down all the way to the lower part. After I'm done marking this, the next step I'm going to take is to go ahead to outline my pattern, and after that I'll cut out. So when I'm cutting out this pattern, you will notice that I did not cut up to the armhole area. This is because if you look at the sleeve, it's more like a cut together dress at the upper part. So I'll just cut out this side and stop closely towards the bust area of this pattern. So I'll repeat this same process at the other side, all the marks that I made on the other side of my pattern. So now I'll bring my back pattern and I'll mark my zipper allowance first, and I'll place and trace it out. So remember, like I said, this dress is a cut together dress actually. Now at the zipper part, I'll mark ½ inch at my waistline, and I will be extending it down and taking it up. So for your zipper, you can use 1.5 inches if you like, or use 2 inches. So after this, I'll just cut out that side. So if you notice, I didn't cut out my full zipper because I'm still going to trace out the neckline of the front later, and also for the back. So for the front, from the center, I will come down by 2 inches, and for the side, I'll go out by 4 inches, and I will also connect this. I'll repeat this to the other side of my neckline. So the neckline is 4 by 2.5 or 4 by 2 inches, anyone that is okay by you. So now there are two methods of getting the sleeve: the slash and spread method, or the process whereby you elongate your sleeve, like the length of the sleeve, you make it longer, and then you're going to add an elastic to ruche that side. So you just connect your French cuff this way and connect it to the shoulder. So this is the first method for the sleeve. That is, you're going to add extra allowance to the shoulder, and then you're going to add an elastic at the joining part of your shoulder. So this is also how you cut out the back if you're using this method to cut the front part. because you're going to place what you have at the front and you place it on the back and cut out. Now if you don't want to use this method, you can also go ahead to use the slash and spread method. So with the slash and spread method, I will reduce my sleeve a bit, so you can just add like extra 3 inches after your shoulder point and then reconnect it this way, because if you notice the sleeve has this stylish curve at this point. It's not that straight, and it is not connected to the chest line. It went like to the bust or beneath the bust a little. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out, and after cutting it out, I'll just blend out here very well. And now I'll have to fold my pattern to also cut out the other side. Now I'll go ahead to trace out or cut out what I have here, and also cut out the neckline. So I'll go ahead and cut out, and after I'm done cutting out, so this second method, which is a slash and spread method, you're going to cut out your shoulder this way. So but whatever you're cutting should be the same at both sides, so you should consider measuring this. And you're also going to use this to cut at the back. Now what you're also cutting at the back should also match with what you're cutting for the front pattern. Now I'll come down by 2.5 at this point and come down by 6.5, but I later blended it out to be 7 inches. Or if you look at the dress, it looks as if it is below the hip. You can also go down by the hip. So now if you notice, I'm placing my tape by the side. So from that 2.5 inches you came down from the waistline to the lower part of your dress, whatever you have left is what you're going to use and cut out the gathered area of your dress. Full length of my dress is 35. So now from my shoulder to waist is 17, and I came down by 2.5 here. 17 plus 2.5 will give you 19.5. So I'll take out 19.5 from 35. I have 15.5. So that 15.5, what I'll do is I'll cut out a fabric that is about 3 yards by 15.5. So that is what I'll be using to do the gathered area of this dress. Now for the back, you want to go ahead and pin up your zipper allowance. Pin it down, because you'll be placing the front part of your pattern and you'll be placing it on the back pattern. You want to make sure it aligns very well. The back side of your fabric should be facing the back side of the back side of the front pattern should face the back side of the back pattern. So go ahead and trim out. That is if you're tracing it out directly on your fabric. So I'll just cut out the excess I have on this pattern at the back. And also the same way you slash and spread your shoulder, you're going to also slash and spread for the back. Now for the back neckline, use the 4 inches by 1 inch or 4 inches by 1.5 and cut out. And you're also going to trace out this asymmetric hemline here, that when you pleat your gathers or when you have your gathers on it, it's going to create like an asymmetric line going or slanting towards one side. So just like I said at the shoulder, now when I was cutting mine, I did not measure it because it's a pattern drafting and I might not use it. So the same measurement, you want to go ahead to measure what you have on the shoulder to what you have at the back shoulder to it must be equal, so that when you slash and spread you have the same effect. Then you join your shoulder and then add an elastic to create the ruche by the side of this dress. So with this, I'm done cutting this. So if you have any question, please go ahead and leave your question at the comment section. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and join us in our next video.